Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to summarize the whole story that happened on the ballad in the beautiful today, June 4th. If you want to know what happened in LA, please watch this video. Grab a coffee or a snack because things are getting incredibly messy and we need to dive right into the latest B&B chaos. So Ridge Forrester actually did it. He really did it. After weeks of us sweating and wondering if he was going to just roll over and give Brooke whatever she wanted, he finally put his foot down. And I have to say, I am genuinely shocked. If you remember back in May, Brooke made this completely over-the-top, seductive pitch to Ridge when he got home. She wanted him to push Steffy out of the co-CEO spot and put Brooke in charge. All to protect Hope and her little fashion line. And Ridge was so uncomfortable. We all saw it. But he said he would think about it, which usually means Ridge is going to cave in about 2 business days. But no! Today we found out that Ridge formally shut down Brooke's attempt to take over Steffy's position. And honestly, good for him. It is about time somebody in that building remembered who actually runs the place. Steffy is obviously incredibly grateful to her dad for standing up for her. She was probably terrified that Brooke was going to weasel her way into the big chair again. But let's be real here for a second. How long is this peace actually going to last? Brooke Logan does not just take no for an answer. She never has. She will probably just go back to the drawing board and figure out another way to undermine Steffy. But for today, Steffy gets a win. And Ridge gets to pretend he is the boss of his own life. But of course, because this is Forrester Creations, Ridge being proud to run the company with his daughter does not mean they are actually getting along. At all. In fact, they are already at each other's throats again. And this time it is all about Hope. So Hope has taken a leave of absence. Her line, "Hope for the future," has been paused, and she is having a really hard time dealing with it. Which, okay, fair enough. She has poured her heart and soul into that line for years. But Steffy is just completely over it. Steffy and Ridge get into this massive confrontation today about Hope's behavior. Steffy is basically rolling her eyes, saying that Hope is just lacking patience and creating way too much drama over a delayed collection. And you know what? Maybe Steffy is right. Maybe Hope is being a bit dramatic. But also, Steffy has been targeting Hope for months. So it is really hard to take Steffy's side when she has been so openly hostile. It feels like Steffy is just kicking Hope while she is down. And Ridge sees this. Ridge is actually the one making a lot of sense right now, which feels weird to say. He is looking at the bigger picture. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. And the bigger picture is honestly terrifying for Forrester Creations. Ridge starts listing off all the recent staff changes, and it is like a massive wake-up call. He points out that Katie resigned. Which, yeah, Katie leaving to start her own company was a huge blow. But then he drops the bomb that Eric has temporarily gone over to Logan. Wait, what? Eric Forrester? The patriarch? Helping out at Katie's new company? I mean, what were they thinking with this one? Who actually believes Eric would just casually wander over to a rival company, even if it is run by Katie? Okay, maybe I am being too harsh. Maybe he is just consulting or something, but still, it is a terrible look for Forrester. And then Ridge brings up Will. Will got fired. We will get to that in a minute, but yeah, Will is gone too. So Ridge is standing there, looking at his empty offices, and he is terrified that the exact same thing is going to happen with Hope. He is genuinely scared that Hope is going to walk out the door and never come back. And Steffy, in classic Steffy fashion, just brushes it off. She downplays the whole thing. She insists they are going to be perfectly fine at Forrester. But Ridge is warning her. He is telling her they need to be so careful to avoid any more scandals. Because if one more person leaves, the press is going to have a field day. But here is the absolute craziest part of the whole episode. The thing that had me literally yelling at my screen. Ridge is worried that Hope might leave. Steffy thinks Hope is just throwing a tantrum. But neither of them knows the truth. Hope is already gone. She did it. She secretly signed a contract with Logan. She is going to create a brand new line for Katie. And nobody at Forrester knows yet. I cannot even begin to imagine the explosion that is going to happen when this secret comes out. Let's just rewind for a second. Back in May, Liam was begging Hope to leave Forrester. He told her she was being mistreated. He told her Katie's fashion house was the future. And Hope said no. She told Liam she had to stay and fight for Hope for the future. She even pushed her mom to go after the CEO job just to protect her line. And now she just secretly jumps ship? I mean, I love the drama, but the inconsistency is wild. Or maybe she just finally reached her breaking point. Maybe Steffy pausing the line was the final straw. But honestly, you guys, think about Brooke. Brooke is going to lose her absolute mind. Donna warned Katie weeks ago that poaching Hope would start a massive family feud. Brooke went to war with Ridge and Steffy to protect Hope's place at Forrester, and Hope just sneaks out the back door to work for her aunt? The Thanksgiving dinner at the Logan house is going to be a disaster. A complete and utter disaster. Complete and utter. And you know what really gets me about this whole Hope situation? Liam was right. I hate admitting it, but Liam Spencer was actually 100% right. He saw the writing on the wall. He knew Steffy was never going to treat Hope fairly. He knew Forrester Creations was a toxic environment for her. And he tried to warn her. But Hope is so stubborn, she had to learn the hard way. And now she is doing exactly what Liam suggested, but she is doing it in secret, which is just going to make everything worse. When Ridge and Steffy find out that Hope has been sneaking around, signing contracts with a direct competitor while technically on a leave of absence from their company, oh boy, the breach of contract lawsuits are going to be flying. Steffy is going to use this as proof that Hope was always disloyal. And Ridge is going to feel so betrayed. He literally just defended his daughter against Brooke, and now his stepdaughter is stabbing his company in the back. It is a mess. A beautiful, glorious soap opera mess. And I am entirely here for it, even if my brain hurts trying to keep track of all the corporate espionage. Let's shift gears for a second and talk about the younger crowd, because their storyline is just as chaotic right now. So we see Melissa, Dylan, and Elektra today. And Dylan is actually apologizing to Elektra about Will getting fired. Which, wait a minute. Why is Dylan apologizing? Dylan didn't fire Will. Steffy fired Will. Probably because Will and RJ got into that massive physical fight at the office a few weeks ago. Or maybe it was fallout from the whole Ivy letter situation. Either way, Will getting fired is wild. But Dylan is sitting there taking some kind of responsibility, or at least feeling bad about it. And these two are continuing to reconnect as friends, which I still find so strange. Remember back in April when Dylan moved out of Will's beach house? She specifically did it because she wanted to prove she could be a good friend to Elektra, even though she clearly had feelings for Will. And Sydney Bullock is just playing this so well. She brings such a genuine sadness to the role. Dylan is sitting there today, clearly still harboring all these feelings for Will, but she is actively supporting Elektra's reunion with him. She is literally cheering on Elektra. I mean, come on. Who does that? Melissa Dillon is honestly a saint. Or maybe she is just a glutton for punishment. Actually, wait. I changed my mind. Maybe she is being too nice. At some point, you have to fight for what you want. But no, she is just stepping aside and letting Electra have him. And speaking of Will, where does a Spencer go when he gets fired from a Forrester company? To a Logan company, obviously. We get this really warm, sweet moment between Will and Katie today. And honestly, it was nice to see. After all the screaming and fighting at Forrester, seeing a mother and son just having a nice moment was a breath of fresh air. Will has officially agreed to go to work at Logan. So Katie is just building an absolute powerhouse over there. Think about it. She has herself. She has Eric Forrester temporarily helping out. She secretly has Hope Logan. And now she has Will Spencer. It is like the Avengers of people who are mad at Steffy and Ridge. Logan is going to be a massive threat. And Will working with his mom is going to be an interesting dynamic. He was so defensive of the Spencer name when he was fighting with RJ. Now he is working for a Logan company. I wonder what Bill Spencer thinks about all of this. Probably just happy his son isn't taking orders from Ridge anymore. But seriously, what is Will actually going to do at Logan? Is he going to be an executive? A designer? We don't even know, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that the battle lines are officially drawn. It is Forrester Creations versus Logan, and the casualties are already piling up. So where do we go from here? The writers have set up this massive collision course. We have Ridge burying his head in the sand while his company falls apart. We have Steffy acting like she is invincible when she is actually losing all her top talent. We have Hope playing a dangerous game of corporate double agent. We have Brooke completely in the dark about her own daughter's career moves. And we have this younger generation just bouncing around, getting fired, making up and breaking up. It feels like we are building towards a massive climax. Maybe around the fashion shows? Imagine Forrester and Logan having competing fashion shows on the same day. And Hope walks out on the Logan runway. Steffy's head would literally explode. I would pay good money to see Jacqueline McInnes Wood play that reaction. She would be phenomenal. And Catherine Kelly Lang? Brooke's reaction to Katie stealing her daughter? Give them all the Emmys right now. But honestly, I am just tired. I feel like I have been covering this same corporate tug-of-war for a decade. Oh wait, I have. But somehow, they always manage to suck me back in with these little twists. Hope signing with Katie is the twist I didn't know I needed. It completely changes the power dynamic. For years, Hope has been the victim at Forrester. She has been the one crying in the CEO office, while Steffy yells at her. Not anymore. She is taking her destiny into her own hands. Even if she is doing it in the sneakiest way possible. I guess we just have to wait and see how long Hope can keep this a secret. Because in Los Angeles, secrets have a shelf life of about 48 hours. Someone is going to overhear something. Probably Ivy. Is Ivy still around? We haven't seen her since she got exposed for that letter, but you know she is probably lurking in a hallway somewhere, ready to blackmail someone. Or maybe RJ will find out. RJ is still pursuing Electra, right? And now Electra is getting back together with Will. And Will is working for Katie. The connections are so messy. If RJ finds out Hope is at Logan, he might tell Brooke. And then the whole house of cards comes tumbling down. But until then, we get to enjoy the suspense. We get to watch Ridge and Steffy arrogantly plan their future while the rug is being pulled out from under them. And we get to watch Katie build her empire. I have to give props to Heather Tom. Katie has been in Brooke's shadow for so long, and now she is finally making a massive power play. She is risking her relationship with her sisters, but she is doing it for her business. Business is business, just like Donna Warren, she would say. And Katie is proving that she is just as ruthless as Bill Spencer when she needs to be. So there you have it, guys. A completely chaotic Tuesday in LA. Let me know what you think. Are you Team Forrester or Team Logan? Do you think Hope made the right choice? And seriously, what is Eric doing at Logan? I still can't get over that. Anyway, I need a nap and a strong coffee before tomorrow's episode. Thanks for reading my rant.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.